The mighty walls of Constantinople had withstood many sieges, their stone fortifications standing as the last bastion of the Byzantine Empire. For centuries, the Ottoman Empire had sought to breach them, but their efforts were often thwarted by crusades, civil wars, and the ambitions of other empires. However, by the mid-15th century, the Ottomans had consolidated their power, entering a period of internal stability. The final siege of Constantinople was now inevitable. In 1444, Sultan Murad II had decisively defeated the European Crusaders at the Battle of Varna. The death of King Vladislav of Poland and Hungary left Central Europe weakened, but resistance still came from the Albanian Lord Skanderbeg and the voivode of Transylvania, John Hunyadi. While Skanderbeg repelled multiple Ottoman expeditions, Hunyadi desperately sought aid from Europe, only to be met with silence. Instead, he launched raids deep into Ottoman territory, hoping to weaken the enemy from within. Murad, while dealing with internal rebellions and campaigns in Greece, forced Constantine XI, the future Byzantine emperor, to become his vassal. The Sultan then turned his attention back to Skanderbeg, securing a minor victory at the Battle of Svetigrad in 1448. But the guerrilla tactics of the Albanians made any decisive conquest impossible. With temporary stability in the Balkans, Murad refocused his attention on greater ambitions. Meanwhile, John Hunyadi gathered a 30,000-strong army for another crusade. Hoping for support from the Serbian despot Đurđ Branković, he was instead met with refusal, forcing him to raid Serbian lands. Murad, foreseeing the movements of his adversaries, intercepted Hunyadi before he could unite with Skanderbeg. In October 1448, Hunyadi reached the fields of Kosovo, where the Ottomans had once clashed with the Serbs. The ensuing battle was brutal. Hunyadi's cavalry attacked the Ottoman flanks under the cover of night, only to be repelled by Turkish horsemen. On the second day, Murad feigned retreat, luring Hunyadi into a trap. As the Crusaders pressed forward, they were encircled by Ottoman forces. Though Hunyadi managed to escape, over half of his army was slaughtered. The victory cemented Ottoman dominance in the Balkans, and the road to Constantinople lay open. In 1451, Mehmed II ascended the Ottoman throne following his father's death. Unlike his predecessors, his sole ambition was clear: to take Constantinople. The Byzantine capital, once a thriving metropolis, had dwindled to a mere 50,000 to 100,000 residents. Vast sections of the city lay abandoned, and its once mighty empire had been reduced to a handful of coastal territories. Yet, Emperor Constantine XI remained defiant, hoping to rally support from European monarchs to defend the city. Mehmed, ensuring he faced no distractions, secured treaties with Venice, Genoa, and Hungary. A rebellion in Anatolia provided him the perfect excuse to consolidate power. When Constantine XI threatened to support a rival Ottoman claimant, Mehmed declared their previous agreements null and void, preparing for war. By April 1452, Mehmed ordered the construction of the fortress of Rumeli, cutting off any aid from the Black Sea. Constantine, seeing the inevitable, began stockpiling supplies and calling for aid. Yet, only a small contingent of Venetian ships and 1,000 mercenary soldiers under Giovanni Giustiniani arrived. The Byzantine forces numbered around 7,000, bolstered by local volunteers, while Mehmed's army surpassed 100,000 warriors, armed with 69 cannons and 126 ships. Among them was an enormous cannon, capable of breaching the ancient walls. The Ottoman army arrived at Constantinople on April 1, 1453, and by the 6th, their mighty cannons roared to life. Yet, despite their size, these massive weapons required hours to reload, giving the Byzantines time to repair the damage. Frustrated, Mehmed ordered a series of assaults, but the defenders held firm. Attempts to break the city's naval defenses were thwarted by the mighty chain across the Golden Horn. However, Mehmed devised a bold strategy. He ordered his ships to be transported over land, bypassing the chain entirely. By April 28, Ottoman ships had entered the Golden Horn, forcing the Byzantines to divert their forces. The city's defenses were now stretched thin. The siege escalated. The Ottoman cannons struck blow after blow, and on May 6, they breached the gate of St. Romanus. Giustiniani led the charge to repel the invaders, holding them at bay. The Sultan ordered a final, massive assault on May 29. Ottoman troops stormed the city, their banners fluttering above breached sections of the wall. As Giustiniani fell wounded, morale among the defenders crumbled. The Janissaries poured into the city, overwhelming the remaining forces. Emperor Constantine XI, refusing to flee, led a desperate last charge. Accounts say he cast off his imperial regalia and vanished into the chaos of battle, never to be seen again. As the sun rose, Constantinople, the last vestige of the Roman Empire, had fallen. The world had changed. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the medieval era, ushering in the Renaissance, the age of discovery, and centuries of conflict between the Ottoman Empire and European powers. And though the city fell, its legacy would endure, echoing through history as one of the greatest turning points the world had ever seen.